I just found a dirt cheap tube amp that sounds incredible. It's so good that you can throw it up against a Soldano and it'll hang in there like a total champ. Now, this is the part of the video where I usually play the A-B mix, don't tell you that I swap the amps, and then watch the comment section melt down. And guess what? UPS delivered that amp to somebody that I've never heard of at an address that's not mine, signed for by a total fucking stranger!
Now please, enlighten me. Who the fuck are you?
So instead of making a killer video that helps you save money, I got to sit on hold for a half an hour listening to fucking elevator music while UPS tells me that they're gonna look into it. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do today. Hi there, I'm Glenn Fricker, and one of the things I actually enjoy doing on this channel, aside from screaming at my camera and questioning my life choices, is showing you how to get pro-level recordings for dirt cheap. Because believe it or not, you do not need to spend $4 grand on some boutique nonsense just to get a heavy guitar tone that doesn't suck. You just need ears that work and an amp that isn't absolute garbage and a little bit of knowledge. And every once in a while, I find a piece of gear that punches way above its weight class. And I found yet another one. Now, I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet because I know how this works. There's a whole ecosystem of scammers out there who will pounce the second I say the name. And suddenly, the $200 amp becomes a $1,200 amp overnight. And this amp, this one's pretty killer. So I did what I normally do. I ordered one off Reverb from the States. I paid the shipping, I paid the import fees, even paid UPS their "we touched your box" fee, you know, the random surcharge that they slap on for existing. And I paid for all of this out of pocket because you deserve an awesome video free of any corporate fuckery. And finally, I got the notification that I always dream about, out for delivery. Cue the choir, today is the day. So as I got that notification, I start working on the script, I start building the drum mix, I mic up the cabinet. All I have to do is reamp, cut some voiceover, and shoot the freaking video and fire it off to my editor. I was ready. Everything's in place. Then, 10:53 a.m., the tracking status magically changes to delivered. Oh, really? To front desk, signed for by Felicia. Felicia? What front desk? This is my house. It's a fucking house. I don't have a front desk and I don't employ anybody named Felicia. In fact, I don't even know anybody named Felicia. So unless UPS suddenly decided to reclassify my porch as a corporate lobby, we've got a bit of a problem. Because the package, the amp, the entire reason this video exists is now in the hands of some random dickwad. Signed, sealed, and disappeared. So I did what anybody would do. I checked the tracking history, try to file a complaint online. Yeah, UPS's website should basically just say, UPS, go fuck yourself. The chatbot sends me in circles. Live support is not an option. If you want real help, you've gotta call. So I reluctantly call, and then I get to spend a half hour of my life listening to the worst music ever composed by human ears just to get the privilege of being told, we'll investigate. You should hear back in 5 to 7 business days. Great, that's super fucking helpful! Because I definitely have nothing better to do than sit around waiting for some fuckhead at UPS to maybe find my amp! Meanwhile, YouTube does not wait. My wife's recovery and all of those medical appointments I have to drive her to, they don't wait. The endless pile of shit I need to get done around here, that doesn't wait. And this video, the one that was actually going to help people, the one I paid out of pocket to keep things honest, is dead in the water. All because some fuckhead couldn't read a street address correctly and handed my package to Felicia at the front desk, wherever the fuck that is. Yeah, fuck you, Felicia. Now, I wish I could say I was the only one dealing with this bullshit, but I happen to live on planet Earth. Turns out this is becoming a bit of a pattern, especially with high-ticket items. I came across a video from YouTuber Dave Herring, a camera guy who had his $14,000 Leica magically disappear after dropping it off at his local UPS store. The short version? Yeah, he's fucked. Because even if you pay to insure your package for the full amount it's worth, say a $14,000 camera, UPS will only cover up to $1,000 if you hand it over at a UPS store. Now let me say that again so it really sinks in. If you drop something off at a UPS store, the one that says UPS in huge letters on the sign, UPS still will only cover $1,000 no matter what the paperwork says. Why? because the UPS store is not UPS. They're independently owned franchises. And unless you drop your item at an official UPS customer center or hand it off directly to a UPS driver, your insurance might as well be written in crayon on a napkin. And here's the best part. What exactly is a UPS customer center compared to a UPS store? Because I don't fucking know. Convenient, huh? Dave, thankfully, had his own insurance policy, but when UPS found out he made a video about him, they said they wanted to make things right if he would just take his video down. Yeah, there's nothing suspicious about that at all, right? And of course, in classic corporate fashion, UPS investigated themselves and found the whole thing to be inconclusive. But Dave can tell his story way better than I ever could, so what I'll do is I'll link to his video at the end of this one. Now, am I actually ever going to get my amp? Am I ever going to see my package again? My hopes are not high, especially after seeing what happened with that Leica case. But if you spend like 5 seconds on Google News and just look up UPS theft, you can find story after story after story of stuff going missing. Like here in Canada here, happened in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Former UPS worker charged after allegedly reselling $1.3 million in Apple products. Not only was he charged, he was convicted of that. UPS supervisor, not one of the grunts, one of the people in charge, sentenced to 4 years for selling $1.3 million in customers' electronics. If this is the kind of people UPS are hiring and putting in charge, this does not give me any kind of confidence. And you don't have to spend much other time in the States to see what's going on. Here's one that happened in the Bay Area. UPS tells Bay Area customer his guitar is destroyed and discarded, but then he finds it for sale. Wow, look at that. Sure enough, on a search, the exact Dime Slime guitar down to the serial number appeared on a Guitar Center website. Here, we'll ship your guitar. You might get it, and if not, look on your local Guitar Center site. No problem. All right, here's another one. FBI recovers $200,000 worth of stolen iPhones, iPads, and more in a major UPS driver bust. Here's another one. Middletown UPS employee accused of stealing jewelry, other items out of packages. Here's another one. 4th suspect surrenders in UPS theft ring that caused $500,000 in phones and iMac losses. Why are we still shipping with this company? I don't understand this in a bit. And last, I want to make sure I bring this to your attention as well, because it's dated October 28th. UPS cuts 48,000 jobs in the year to date as its turnaround continues. Well, good for that, because at least the shareholders are going to make more money. And you know what? That's what's really important when it comes to how business is run. Fuck the consumer. As long as the shareholders get theirs, that's the important part. After going through all this, I can honestly say I don't think I'm going to get my amp back, and I'm probably not even going to get a refund. I got a feeling I've been completely fucked over here. Time will tell, though. I'd love to be showing you a dirt cheap guitar amp that punches way above its weight, gives a Soldano a run for its money, and helps you keep your rent paid, but no, instead I'm here wasting my time and yours because UPS decided to play hide and seek with my fucking package. Now apparently if you shipped something valuable through UPS, there's a chance it'll just vanish into the ether, never to be seen again, signed for by some random stranger who probably lives in Narnia. And what do you get in return? You get a customer service chat that tells you to call somebody else, followed by an hour of music that would make a dentist drill seem relaxing. And then they tell you straight to your face, we'll get back to you in 5 to 7 business days. Yeah, cool! Because that's super helpful when you're running a production schedule tighter than a drummer's spandex pants at NAMM. Now, I get gear shipped to me all the time because I run a fucking review channel. And up until now, I've mostly trusted UPS to, do their fucking job. But after this, let's just say I'm going to be exploring other options. Ones where the definition of delivered doesn't include left with a total fucking stranger, and maybe even a photograph of where they left it. Now, I am going to try to be fair to UPS here. If the amp somehow miraculously shows up in the next 12 hours, I will absolutely eat crow. I'll shoot a nice little retraction video that says, oopsie daisy, and we'll all have a laugh. And it'll be up in, 5 to 7 business days.